welcome back to the program. You're watching Morning Thailand with Kun Phai, Golf, and Kun Chain. สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ สวัสดีครับ
And Kun Chain, of course, I think we have talked about the crazy situation down south. In terms of the demand, what is going on? I thought you have said that they have a peace talk already. They said that they have 5 demands and more demands.
Yes, for the first 5 requests we already talked about, they've been made to the Thai state. The first one is that they want Malaysia as facilitator in this peace talk. Second, they want the Thai state to conceptualize the talk as conducted by Pattani citizens, led by BIN and Siamese imperialists.
Okay, so remind us again, Pattani state is supposed to be
Pattani, Yala, and Narathiwat.
Okay.
3 provinces combined.
Yes. The third one is to have witness from ASEAN countries and Muslim organizations in the peace talk. Fourth, to release all separatist prisoner and terminate all security regulation and acts in the south. The last one is to see BIN as a movement to free Pattani state, not terrorists.
Right. So not as insurgent, but as like a peace or freedom fighter kind of thing. Okay.
But what is interesting is that for the past 5 decades that the BRN or the Barisan Revolusi Nasional has been one of major separatist group conducting violence in the south. But the Thai state had just publicly negotiated with the group for just the past 4 months. The talk were arranged by and initiated by the National Security Council or the NSC, and by the Southern Border Provinces Administration Center or the SBPAC. NSC Chief Paradon Patanathabut has become the official negotiator with Kun Thawi Sot-Song, his deputy. To me, what is interesting is that the NSC advises the government, but it does not make policies. So to be fair, I am not sure if it is the right organization to be the negotiator in this peace talk.
Right, because even though they negotiated, they didn't have the authority to do anything or to implement what they talked about. Okay.
Because the NSC cannot commit to what being negotiated in the peace talk. And even if they want to, that, like you said, they have no authority to launch policies in favor or even against the militant groups. So that sounds like we will not see concrete policies or code of conduct from this peace talk in a very near future.
Right.
Actually, it sounds like a threat. Because from the conditions, from the offer that the BRN has already offered, some of them might be impossible to conduct, like terminate or security measures in the down south there, if something actually happens there. So they would blame the government for not complying with their demands, right? So it sounds like a threat.
Yes, they have 7 more demands for just the Ramadan month, which is next month.
July.
Right.
July.
Yes.
Just to sum up the main points of these additional requests are that they want all supporting military officers, meaning officers from the army constituency 1, 2,
and 3. Right. So
to
the region,
leave the area. And for all officers based in the south must stay in their bases.
Okay.
And all
As I said, terminate or security situation
all
there.
religious activities must be freely conducted, and all religious officer and volunteer must not be arrested or detained during this month.
So if only the demands are met.
These
The
are
South-
very bold requests.
The south will be peaceful, no incidents happened. Can they reassure that?
I don't think they talk about reassurance. They talk about the demand.
The demands. And the Thai government immediately reject those.
Of course.
Led by Kun Chalerm Yubamrung, as usual.
Right.
He said that
We've
What
got
did he
vocal, prominent men in the government.
it is the BRN right to make such requests.
Okay.
But it is the government right to consider, to say yes or no. And in this case, it's a no.
I agree with him on this one.
Also, Kun Chalerm makes many comments that might not very helpful in this peace talk. But as we know, he is very outspoken.
But we got to
Yeah.
understand his nature.
It's
And
his
the
style.
BIN got to understand as well.
Well, I don't know if they would take it very well though, because some of the statements that Kun Chalerm said could be considered quite insulting.
Maybe we will leave it to your consideration. So
Right.
find newspaper and read it.
So as he said it's unacceptable.
That
That's
he's
it.
gonna do that. Right. Okay, but what about the army chief, General Prayut Chan-o-cha? Did he come out and say anything about this? Because this would directly is almost like asking him to tell his commanders in the region 1, 2, and 3 to
Not
stay
to
in a
work.
base. Oh no, region 4 to stay in a base, 1, 2, and 3 to withdraw.
I believe he has not come out saying anything yet. But
Gotta wait for the government's decision.
I kind of expect that it is impossible to remove all the army from the area. But anyway, it is not only Thailand that is negotiating with militant groups, but also the major power country, the United States, will negotiate with the Taliban government very soon. And in this case, NATO already transferred all security mission to Afghanistan government,
Okay.
and it will pull 100,000 officers,
U.S. officials? Really?
Right,
NATO.
American soldiers.
Okay.
NATO officials, which is more than half American citizens
Yeah.
out of the country by next year.
Okay.
So,
So,
we've got to
but-
keep an eye on situation in the down south and also reactions from various persons in the government as well. It seems that they would use the Ramadan month, this holy month, as a leverage.
Yes. Pretty much so.
One thing that is very confusing to me here as well is that the BIN wants all the requests that the requests we already talked about to be put at national agenda.
Oh.
Meaning that they want the 5 demands to be approved and signed by the cabinet within the 3rd of July, which is
The 3rd of July next week.
We can't, that's
We can't say anything.
even though Kun Yingluck, the Prime Minister, said that this peace talk is a national agenda, and she backs it with all her heart. But it has not been discussed in the cabinet.
Right.
As Kun Chalerm ensure that these 7 requests has not been discussed in cabinet, and it is very certain that the government will not approve.
right.
Keep in mind that we sincerely want the situation in the down south to end as quickly as possible. However, they got to find some more proper and
Yeah,
effective ways
appropriate.
to fix this problem.
Exactly.
Also, Mr. Hassan Toyib, negotiator from BRN side,
Right.
comments on this peace talk that it could be in the process for another 2 or 3 years or longer than that.
Okay.
And he and his organization see it as the only way to end violence in the south.
Okay.
And he claims that for the daily insurgency and bloodshed events we see in the news, committed by other separate groups
Okay.
that do not want to see peaceful environment in the south. And
So
do not
maybe
agree with the peace
this
talk.
gonna be like more talk into it anyway, right?
And he asked for more patience from our partners.
Right. So unfortunately, we run out of time. Obviously, this is yes already. We're trying to bring you a lot more information about this because obviously this is something very sensitive, and it seems like this particular case has angry a lot of people. So we're gonna keep an eye on this. However, Kun Chain
Yes.
would not be here tomorrow and on
Friday.
Friday. And of course, we're going to bring you a little bit more of the political news. Might not be as insightful, but we hope to be able to give you information anyway. As for today, our lovely attire is from CC Double.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Royal Ivy Regatta. I'm Golf.
Fine.
Shame.
สวัสดี
สวัสดี
ค่ะ
ค่ะ